Well, another day in court for Donald Trump, and that means another lie to his base of supporters. The irony of being lied to by a man on his way to trial for lying will certainly be lost on them. But today's lie about testifying in his own trial is significant for a number of reasons, not the least of which is it shows how desperate Trump has become, how pathological he is, and, most of all, how stupid he thinks his base really is.
Mr. Trump, is Michael Cohen a liar? Are you going to testify?
I have a gag order as to that first question. As you know, they've taken away my constitutional rights, so I'm not allowed to answer that question. This has never happened in this country before. It's a ridiculous thing. It's a ridiculous case. I did nothing wrong. I was in Miami this weekend. And reporters are asking me questions, the same questions like you're asking me. And I have to say I have a gag order. I can't speak about it.
Trump making the claim that he can't testify because of the gag order is a classic Trump lie. Of course he's allowed to testify. It would be unconstitutional if he could not testify at his own trial. Side note, something we all know, the state cannot force any defendant to testify. But Trump is turning that on its head out of desperation. Every day he sits in that courtroom, more damning evidence comes out. The evidence is not only convicting him in the trial court, but in the court of public opinion as well. The image that Trump has been projecting of tough guy, of successful businessman, of PR genius is being battered irreparably. And the polls are starting to show it. The first aspect of the trial to really bruise his image were the reports of him falling asleep. That was followed by reports of him farting. But nothing so far has topped his own lawyer entering into the court record how Michael Cohen, when speaking to other members of Team Trump, refers to the Donald as Von Schitzenpants. It's stunning that a lawyer thought that would help his client. Not only does it reinforce the image of a corpulent old man unable to control his gastrointestinal process, but it shows something else, the complete lack of respect that people who worked closely with him possessed. There, in black and white, is the testimony that shows people that Trump has never been the powerful, successful businessman, but instead, the con man behind the curtain, desperate to keep the act going. Trump's lie also shows his faith that his followers are really stupid people who will believe anything he says. The average sixth grader knows that a gag order means you can't speak outside the courtroom. And if they don't know that, they'd ask a parent or a teacher who would tell them. It means you can't speak outside the courtroom. Trump shows complete and utter confidence that he can tell this lie and not get caught because his followers are, to say the least, not the brightest bulbs in the batch and won't be able to figure that out, especially when he whines about free speech. But he's also confident that the right-wing media and Fox media personalities will spin it so that it seems like the truth. They already dance around free speech like it's a legitimate complaint. The gag order is not too far a reach from there. And it really matters not to the right-wing media nor the MAGA crowd that Judge Marchand has already instructed Trump to stop telling people that the gag order prevents him from testifying. So that lie itself could bring another contempt charge. But Trump really doesn't care. He needs an excuse for his MAGA crowd because the fact of the matter is Trump's MAGA crowd is comprised of a lot of unintelligent people. Just ask Jordan Klepper.
Do you think Donald Trump had sex with Stormy Daniels?
Oh, hell no.
You don't think that happened?
No, he was with Melania. Who the hell?
He's just always been a one-woman man.
Listen, he probably hasn't been, but we're Women have thrown themselves at Trump for the almighty dollar.
They had 3.5 years to go after Trump for all these stupid trials. Why are they waiting until right now?
Is it possible they're waiting till right now because Trump consistently delayed the trials?
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Trump cannot get a fair trial in a 90+% Democrat city like New York City.
Where can Trump get a fair trial?
In the Midwest, in Ohio, in Florida.
He's on trial in Florida. He's on trial in Georgia. Will you accept the results of those trials?
No.
The 2016 victory was based in part on getting people who had long ago checked out of voting because they're on the margins. In Trump, they found a hero who could rescue them, and they've been in fever pitch ever since. They follow Trump in what can only be described as a cult-like fashion, and he will tell them whatever lie comes in handy. But even though Todd Blanche might have made a mistake entering von Schützenpants in the court record, Trump's lie about the gag order shows that Blanche is, indeed, Trump's most successful lawyer. Unlike the other lawyers, Blanche has somehow managed to rein in the mighty ego of Trump and disabused him of the notion that he can pull off a victory with his PR chops if only he were allowed to testify.